Have you ever been browsing a website and then bam, you start seeing ads for it everywhere? Or maybe you signed up for a free trial and next thing you know, you're getting a call from a salesperson? Well, that's not a coincidence. It's actually a really carefully designed journey. And today, we're going to break down exactly how companies turn that very first click into a real long-term connection. So, what's the secret sauce? How does a company take someone who's just kind of interested, a maybe, and turn them into a definite yes? It's not magic. It's a structured process. Think of it like a roadmap that guides you from just being curious all the way to becoming a happy customer. Let's start right at the beginning of that map. You know, every sales journey starts out in this huge ocean of people. So the very first challenge for any company is to figure out who in that ocean might actually be interested in what they're selling. This is where the whole process kicks off. And it all begins with something called a lead. A lead is basically anyone who's shown even a tiny spark of interest. Maybe you downloaded a white paper, or you drop your business card in a bowl at a conference. At this point, the company has no idea if you're a serious buyer. You're just a name, a first contact, the very, very beginning of a potential story. Okay, so check out this path. It's basically a funnel. You don't just jump from being interested to buying something. First, the company generates the lead. That's you showing interest. Then, and this is crucial, they qualify it to see if it's for real. If it is, it becomes an opportunity. They'll send you a quote with a price, and if you say yes, boom, a sales order is created. Each step gets more and more focused. Right, so think about it. A big company could get thousands of leads. They can't possibly chase down every single one. They'd go crazy. They need a system, some way to filter through the noise and figure out which leads are actually worth their time. And that brings us to a super critical step, qualification. And a lot of the time, it comes down to asking three simple but powerful questions. You can think of them as the 3 A's. First, applicability. Does this person actually have a problem that our product can solve? Second, authority. Are we talking to the person who can actually say yes and sign the check? And finally, affordability. Do they have the budget for this? If you get a yes to all three, you've got a real prospect on your hands. So here's the turning point. Once that qualified lead gets a formal quote and says, yes, let's do this, that's the exact moment they transform from just a prospect into an actual customer. The initial dance is over, a sales order gets created in the system, and now the relationship is official. All right, so you've clicked buy. The order's in, but what happens next? Let's pull back the curtain and see what goes on in the real world to get that product from the warehouse into your hands. This is all about order fulfillment. It really breaks down into 3 simple physical steps. First is pick. Someone literally walks through a warehouse and finds the exact items you ordered. Then comes pack. They box it all up, make sure it's safe, and slap on the right shipping label. And finally, ship. The package goes out the door. And that's actually a key moment, because when it ships, the ownership of that item officially transfers from the company to you. It's yours now. But here's the thing about today's world. The story doesn't end when the package shows up, not even close. The smartest companies out there know that the first sale is just the beginning. The real goal is to turn that one-time purchase into a long-lasting relationship. And to really get why this is a huge deal, just look at the difference. In the old days, customer info was a total mess, scattered on sticky notes in random spreadsheets. Conversations were forgotten. Every time you bought something, it was just a single isolated event. But now, with a central system, all that information is in one place. Every single interaction is remembered, which means the company can offer you personalized service and turn those one-off events into a real, durable relationship. This is where something called Customer Relationship Management, or CRM, comes into play. A CRM is both the strategy and the software that makes it all happen. It's the central hub for every single interaction a company has with you. Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is this. It's the company's memory. A good CRM is like the engine that powers all modern marketing. It lets a company talk to you wherever you are, on social media, through email, you name it. It helps them group customers together for better targeting. It's how they can send you a proposal that feels like it was made just for you. And super importantly, it tells them which of their marketing campaigns are actually working and which are a waste of money. So if a CRM is the company's memory of its customers, how does the company actually get smarter from all those interactions? I mean, all that data is pretty useless unless the organization can learn from it, right? This brings us to a really cool idea, the company's shared brain.
First, we gotta understand that companies have two kinds of knowledge. There's explicit knowledge, that's the easy stuff to write down. Think manuals, procedures, reports. But then there's tacit knowledge. This is the really valuable stuff. The intuition, the experience, the gut feelings inside an expert's head. It's the kind of know-how that's really hard to explain, let alone write down. And that's where knowledge management, or KM, comes in. KM is the whole process of trying to capture, share, and actually use all that collective knowledge, both the easy, explicit stuff and the tricky, tacit stuff. So if CRM is the company's memory, then KM is its shared brain. It's how the entire organization learns from itself to solve problems and come up with new ideas. So why do companies invest so much in this? Well, the payoff is huge. A good KM system lets them share best practices, so a clever solution found by the team in Berlin can be used by the team in Boston tomorrow. It helps them hang on to crucial knowledge when a veteran employee retires. All this collective brainpower helps them innovate faster, and at the end of the day, gives them a massive competitive advantage. Okay, wow, we have covered a lot of ground, from a single lead all the way to a company's collective brain. So let's bring this all home and connect it directly back to you and your future. Here's the bottom line. It doesn't matter what field you go into, whether it's marketing, sales, customer service, or even IT and finance. You are going to be a part of this customer journey. Understanding how all these pieces fit together isn't just a nice-to-have skill anymore. It's absolutely fundamental to succeeding in any modern business. So as you think about your own path, I want to leave you with this question. This whole process, this entire journey, is built and improved by people every single day. As you start your own career, which part of this journey, from turning a maybe into a yes to building that smart learning relationship, what part will you help build?